everybody, it's Gabby, Durable Medical Specialist from Chambers with our pharmacist, Garrett. Today we're going to be talking about the connectivity between immune health and breastfeeding and breast milk, and some kind of key benefits for mom and baby, and why immune health is so important for breastfeeding.
Yeah, so kind of to set the stage first, at Chambers we're a judgment-free zone, so I definitely wanted to make sure that there wasn't any issues as far as that goes. So however you feed your baby, the most important part is that your baby's fed. My wife in particular has had some kind of like 50-50 breastfeed versus supplementation. So really whatever it takes is the most important part, and we're kind of just going to chat about maybe some of the benefits of the why behind maybe you would choose breastfeeding. So
yeah. So just to start off, there are some benefits to breastfeeding for moms. Not a lot of people think about that, but ultimately, if you think about it, breastfeeding is the most cost-efficient way to feed your baby, and potentially could be free depending on how you go about it. Of course, if you're a parent, you think about all the different costs and additives. It definitely adds up with diapers, wipes, clothes, and toys. So being able to have something that's more cost-efficient and save some money in your pocket is great. Not only that, but breastfeeding does help to return to pre-pregnancy weight a little bit faster. Breastfeeding uses the fat cells in your body, and as well as calories from your diet to help produce milk. So it's recommended that women who do breastfeed take on about 300 to 500 more calories a day to help with milk production.
it's on the MyFitnessPal, you just check breastfeeding.
Yeah.
Extra 300 calories.
There you
just
go.
like that. So,
Yeah. Also, to lead on to that, there's always a relationship and a bond with breastfeeding. So it's a great way to have skin-to-skin contact with your baby, physical touch as well as eye contact. So you're creating that emotional bond, which can help with emotional stability. So when you breastfeed your baby, there's a hormone release, serotonin and oxytocin, which can help lead to a great emotional bond and stability with your baby.
yeah, you know, I whenever I did bottle feed my first kid, that was like number one reason, like just start checking off that serotonin. So yeah, definitely the bond is definitely there, even for dads.
Right.
If you do need to do a bottle, that bond is definitely there.
Right, yeah, and it's important. And then just for me as a personal side note, I always thought that a benefit to breastfeeding was being able to set goals for myself and being able to say that I accomplished something, and here's the outcome. Even though I did have to supplement with my son just because of lack of supply, I still was very proud of myself being able to set a goal and saying, I'll make it to 3 months. Okay, I've made it to 3 months. I'm gonna make it to 6 months. I've made it to 6 months. How much longer can I take it? So I think that's a benefit for a mom, being able to say, I did this and here's the outcome.
Yeah.
So
What else we got here? So we also talking about benefits of the baby, and kind of especially looking at it from other ways that you can increase their health. So I know Gabby was kind of talking about decreasing illnesses.
Yeah. So I think when we're talking about breast milk in general, it's important to look at the composition and structure of breast milk. So there's two main components in breast milk. One is the bioactive component and the other is the nutritive component. So let's look at the nutritive component. So breast milk contains all of the fats, the proteins, the carbohydrates, the sugars that your baby needs in the early stages of its life. Usually it's recommended that women who do choose to breastfeed for the first 6 months of life. And because of these, it has all of these enzymes and hormones and everything that play an important part of the baby. That it helps to prevent illnesses such as respiratory diseases, allergies, improve gut health, and overall help boost immunity in babies.
Yeah, and we were chatting about the science part of it. That's the immune globulin, so the adaptive immune system that we've talked about in episodes past. That is directly transferred to the baby. So they say that it takes about 6 months for the baby to really start building their own immune system, and that entire time, that's where you can actually give your immune system to your baby, which is kind of awesome.
Right.
And Gabby can kind of touch on that as far as what that looks like as the mom progresses through natural illnesses and whatnot.
Yeah. So, kind of to touch off what Garrett said, whenever you're sick as a mom and we're feeding our babies, a healthy body naturally produces antibodies, which is then passed through your breast milk onto your baby. So, I get moms that ask me all the time, well, I don't want to nurse my baby if I'm sick. Your baby's actually the least likely person to get sick while you're breastfeeding, and that's just because, like I said, you're producing those antibodies and your baby's going to constantly getting that, and that's going to help boost up their immune and prevent them from getting sick. And kind of to backtrack here, we were talking about the two components of breast milk. The other one is called the bioactive component, and this is full of what's called HMOs, basically broken down to human milk oligosaccharides. And these are a complex structure of glycans that can help act as a soluble decoy receptors to block bad pathogens, which would be like viruses and different illnesses that would latch onto your baby. So like I said, definitely these HMOs are a good thing. And if you know anything about breast milk and early breast milk, it's what's called colostrum. The colostrum is basically there to help your baby's immune. And the cool thing about HMOs is that it really has no nutritional value to breast milk, and it really has no nutritional value to the baby. Its main function is to help support and boost the baby's immune. Like Garrett said, really babies don't have immune systems until 6 months of life. So it's really important that these babies are getting proper immune health, and moms are getting proper education on how to boost their baby's immune.
And that's our best tool in the toolbox as far as how to make that happen. It's really amazing how they can literally just pass that on for the first 6 months. And we'll kind of jump ahead a little bit now. The other thing that we can do kind of from the medication side or from the immunization side is that a lot of these babies, they can't get vaccines so young. So you want to make sure everybody around the baby is vaccinated. So that's the whooping cough in particular vaccine. It goes a long way to make sure that everyone around the baby is protected, because the baby's not going to get that protection until 6 months. So whenever I'm getting prescriptions for Gabby as far as breast pumps go, I'm always saying, where's the grandma? Where's the husband? Where's the person who's watching the baby twice a week? Like everybody who's going to be around the baby.
Trust me, it's every time.
Everybody around the baby is going to, potentially need that benefit. Again, there's only so much that we can do to help kind of boost our immune system, as much as we can just really, step in and take that and make that what we have to prevent it from, getting to the baby and having the baby exposed to something that's preventable, like whooping cough. Right. Anything else that you had?
No, I think that pretty much sums it up. I think if you guys have any questions or anything like that, please feel free to comment on the video or even stop in and give us a call. I think Garrett and I would both be glad to answer any questions that you have that relate to breastfeeding or immune health. We look forward from hearing from everybody.
Yeah, the only other thing I did a little bit of research too about like supplements, especially for the moms during breastfeeding. So there's not too much, again, kind of that really is a silver bullet to take care of the immune system. Probiotics are usually beneficial if the mom and the baby have an immunocompetent system. If you end up adding that and there's something going on otherwise, it might throw everything off. But that's an option. Ginger, turmeric, and garlic are some potential supplements as well. But like Gabby said, that's why we're here. So stop on by. We can take a look at that, see if there's an option for you. And as with everything, make sure that the supplements aren't going to interfere with any prescription meds you're on. So again, kind of back to the wellness pyramid, these all work together. It's not like we're saying one versus the other. We're trying to find the benefit of everything together. So that's why we're here.
Yeah.
So anything else?
I think that's good.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys, and excited for this continuation of this series. Gabby didn't mention it, but the Mommy and Me Corner, our website, and the Facebook group.
Yes.
Definitely an awesome tool, an awesome resource that you have, and it's great to meet up, to connect with other people and have that support system. Either way, whether you're breastfeeding or not, new moms are new moms. It's completely chaotic
Right.
for multiple months. So
I think any kid, no matter how many you have, it's chaotic. So yeah, definitely join our group. If you're a mom, if you have any questions or anything like that, like I said, Garrett and I would be glad to answer anything that you guys need to ask.
Yeah. So signing off from the YouTube channel on Chambers website. Thank you guys.
Have a good day.